Katrice Lee was with her mother and aunt in a supermarket ahead of a party to celebrate the toddler's second birthday. She disappeared and has never been seen again. 40 years later, her family are still longing for answers. Love and laughter filled the Lee family's flat as they prepared to mark their youngest daughter's special day on 28 November 1981. Their married quarters near a military base at Paderborn, in what was then West Germany, had been home since Father Richard took up a posting as an army sergeant 2 years earlier. But that joy at breakfast time, as they sang happy birthday and cradled Katrice in their arms, would soon be replaced by dread and horror as she vanished without a trace. That morning, realizing she had forgotten to buy crisps for the party, Mum Sharon had left Katrice with her Aunt Wendy at the checkouts of the Naafi, Navy, Army, and Air Force Institute's supermarket. Within moments, the youngster was gone, having run out of sight in an apparent attempt to follow her mum. As the minutes ticked by, Mr. Lee, who was waiting beside his car as the drizzle fell on that cold and overcast Saturday, grew increasingly uneasy. I stood for what seemed like a lifetime. It was probably about 30 minutes. Even though it was very busy, I knew Sharon wouldn't take that long because she would have diligently followed her list and got every item she could. I had a gut feeling something wasn't right. I then thought I'd better see if they needed help to carry things or whether something untoward had happened. With no sign of the trio in the shop's food and drink area, he wondered whether they had perhaps gone to buy an extra present in another section of the complex. Then, through the open door of the manager's office, he spotted his distressed wife and her sister. I asked what was going on. Wendy immediately said, "Katrice has gone missing." Soldier mode kicked in. I grabbed every soldier I could see from my unit in the supermarket. It was at least half a dozen, if not more. We did a ground search around the area, but to no avail. If you lose sight of your child, your heart goes in your mouth. I've never felt anything like it. That was the start of our nightmare. Our world changed that day. For it to have happened on her birthday of all days rubs salt into the wound. Katrice was a typical 2-year-old, as cantankerous as any young child. And we were as normal a family as it was possible to be in the armed forces and living abroad. The area around the Naafi complex in Schloss Neuhaus that day was pandemonium and a mass of bodies of soldiers, their families, and civilians attending a college open day, Mr. Lee explains. Katrice's sister Natasha, who was then aged 7, recalls struggling to understand when her father suddenly arrived home in the hope the missing youngster had somehow managed to make her way back.